guys, so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a thumbnail on your iPhone, and I'm doing this on iPhone since I don't have an Android device available, but I really do hope this will help you guys who are doing YouTube on your phone and only have your phone to do editing and just making thumbnails and things like that. So like I said, I really hope you guys do enjoy this video and you found it helpful. So let's get into the video. Okay, so how we're going to make this thumbnail is we're going to go into this folder called YouTube, which has most of my editing apps or just apps that I use for YouTube in general. But in there's an app called Fontelle, so we're going to be making our thumbnail on that editor mainly. So this app is totally free. You have in-app purchases, but that's not necessary at all for what we're doing. So you want to go here and click on plain image and then click on any color you want, and then we're just going to go ahead and add a custom size. So the size you want to have is 1280 by 720, and that is the additional YouTube thumbnail size. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and select the color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make this, I think, blue maybe. I'm gonna make a color pattern, so I'm gonna go ahead and add blue, maybe the other blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna add this green and I'm gonna add this yellow. Now there's a bunch of blend modes that you can use. As you can see up top, you have vertical or horizontal, and then you have just straight up blocks of color, but I'm gonna go and leave it with horizontal. I think it's just a nice touch. So then you can just click on apply, and then you can just go and export that and click on use. So this is going to be our canvas. This is what we're going to be working on, and this differs from whichever video you are doing. But now I'm going to go ahead and add some text. So I think I'm just going to click on that and click on add text, and then I'm going to say how to in this font, and then I'm just going to go ahead and place that where I want it to be on the screen. I'm going to go ahead and also adjust the style of it. So I'm going to make the text white, and then I'm just going to go ahead and add a stroke behind that. I think a dark gray stroke. Going to adjust the size of the stroke and just going to adjust it how I want it to be. And then I'm going to add some more text, and I'm going to make a thumbnail. So you can again adjust how you want. There are so many fonts on this thing. They have pre-uploaded fonts onto this app. So as you can see here, there's all of the pre-uploaded fonts. You have a bunch to choose from, but these are my fonts that I've uploaded from the internet onto this app. I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and choose a font. I'm just going to go with this DK Mandarin Whispers font. So once I have the font that I want to use for my text, I'm going to go ahead and just adjust that and just see how I want it to look like. So I'm just going to go ahead and go back to text and just put the alignment to center, and then I'm going to go ahead and style that, and it's already white, so I'm just going to put a stroke of that dark gray around it and just adjust the size of the stroke. And this is what it's going to be looking like so far. So the text to add is very easy, and you can also just add text to your thumbnails if you want, if you don't want to make a whole edit. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on add image, but you can also add items if you want. So they gave this to you, and then you have a bunch of shapes that you can add and just patterns or things like that. It's very cool. I think that's very helpful that they added that into the app. It just makes it a better user experience. I'm gonna go ahead and add a picture from my photo gallery. So I just went ahead and added this photo. As you can see here, I'm just going to be adjusting the size of that, how big I want it to be. And I decided to add an iPhone to this thumbnail since we're going to be making this thumbnail on your phone. Now you can obviously add a screenshot of how you're making your thumbnail, how you made it on your phone, just so that people can kind of know on the thumbnail how you made your thumbnail. So I'm just going to go ahead and add an image. So I just added this photo to my project. So as you can see here, I'm just adjusting this, and this photo has nothing to do with making a thumbnail. It's just an example of how I add screenshots to my thumbnail. So this will take a few tries to get the alignment right. As you can see, it's still bigger than the actual photo. So you want to go to size and adjust the width and the height of the photo so it does fit into your phone screen. And this took me a few tries since I usually edit this on my computer, my thumbnails, but I've made a bunch of thumbnails on this app as well. It's just easy since I edit all my videos on my phone and I have everything on my phone. Sometimes it's just easier to make the thumbnail on my phone on this app. So I do use this app often for just edits that I use in my videos in general. So this is a very helpful app to use if you do YouTube on your phone. But as you can see here, I just adjusted it and just made it so that it looked semi-realistic and that it looked like the screen is on the phone. And after I've done that, it looks fine. Like I said, it just depends on what thumbnail you make, how it's gonna look, and what your taste is. But now I'm just gonna be showing you guys how to add a font onto Fontelle. It's very easy and it's totally free. So what you want to do is go ahead and exit from Fontelle and go into Safari and just search thefont.com. It's a website which has a bunch of fonts on there, and you can download them for free. There are a lot on this website. It's actually crazy. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on top, since it has the top fonts downloaded that it's usually very pretty fonts. So I'm going to go ahead and search for a font. I think I'm going to go with this Better Together script. And I'm going to click on download that. So I don't usually like to use these kinds of fonts because it's hard to read on thumbnails, but I'm just going to use this as an example. So while that is downloading, and once that is finished downloaded, you can see it's already open in Fontelle. But if that's not there yet, because I've used this a lot, but if it's not there, you just go ahead and click on more, and then there will be copy to Fontelle, as you can see there. So just click on that, or I'm just going to go ahead and click on open in Fontelle, and then you have to click on install, and then it will start to install to Fontelle, and then it is installed onto your device. And then when you go ahead and add text and click on font, you will see the font is there. Let me just find it. Okay, there. So you can see here, I'm just going to click on high or something. So here you can see this is what it looks like, and it's just very simple. It's very quick, like I said, nothing too complicated to upload a font onto Fontelle. And that's how you make your thumbnail on phone. It's not too in depth, but it's just the basics of how to make a thumbnail on your iPhone. So then once you're finished with that photo, you can go ahead and export that. And how to do that, just click on that export button at the bottom right corner, and when you've done that, just go ahead and click on save, and then it will save to your camera roll. So that is how I make my thumbnails on my iPhone. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of the method that I used to make the thumbnail, and other editors or other videos regarding YouTube that you want me to do. And definitely subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Be weird and be proud of it. Love you guys so much. Bye.